Jump and thrash and whack, it's dino time. Yep, here I'm back with working on Dinosaur Man. Today is the 50th day. Sadly, not the 50th consecutive day, but is what it is. I'm going to keep trudging along and get at least 100 days of videos posted working on my comic, Dinosaur Man. We are back to some lettering. And, you know, I always seem to be in the bad habit of leaving this stupid light on. Eventually I'll be able to remodel the studio and take that out. Well, I say remodel studio, I mean just rip that out and put up a track light. Anyway, so we are back here in Adobe Illustrator again. And trying to finish this up so that I can get this mini chapter, episode 4, posted. You know, and the more I think of it, I think this is a good place to stop the comic until the next episode, because it's a good dramatic ending to this page. So we're going to do a chomp right here. And I got my fonts up and running. Greetings, fellas. Glad you could join me. I use this pretty clever program called FontBase. It's completely free. There's a pay version as well. But I like it enough. So basically I have all of my comic fonts loaded into this program, and if I close this program, they're not taking up system resources. Open this program up for lettering, and then they're all in here and activated. And it's a good font management tool, especially for being free. All right, so to do, let's see, we're going to do a chomp sound effect. And I want to try to keep my sound effects in the same vein as my roar, so that they have a consistent style. Alright, so let's just go ahead and start with chomp. Might end up needing to be lowercase or what have you, but we will start working our way through the fonts. One of the things I don't like about Illustrator, actually that 10 minutes one might work pretty well, is that it doesn't give you a preview in the list, it just gives you the names, unlike Photoshop. So I pretty much always have to kind of just arrow through and find one that will work. Now the thing with typefaces and fonts is each typeface and font has a specific look to it. Hi, kitty. The other cat came to visit. Say hello, Echo. She usually comes and visits when there's a problem, so I'm guessing her bowl has a empty spot in the middle. I gave her some moist food last night as a treat, and I think she might be jonesing for more of that, so I might have to go buy some more. No, I used a font for the roar. Yeah, font faces have gotten so diverse that I really only end up having to draw something like with my wrestling stuff. I will usually end up having to draw those because there's no fonts really for those old logos. That one's kind of interesting. This one has a nice look to it because it's got this distressed edge that makes it look like it's kind of shifting around. So maybe we'll use that. Let's see what it looks like in all caps. I like that. I think this might work. Alright, so the first thing is you never want to use something like right out of the box. So I'm going to right click on it and do create outlines and then ungroup it. And now I want to get an idea. I'm going to put it in right here. And I think I'm probably going to end up tucking something behind his thumb because I really like integrating the sound effects with the art. So we'll do a little bit of different, like turning. This font already has a really nice look to it, so do some distortion, maybe stretch it out a little bit. Yeah, that's not bad. So we'll get an idea where we're going to start, where we're going to place this. I think somewhere right around here. That way I can do just a little bit of that thumb, and then it'll be going that direction. All right, just final placements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So once I've got that the way that I like it, I'm going to make it all one shape. Come over here to Pathfinder and click Unite, and it becomes one shape. Now we can play around with our styling. And basically the styling for this is a simple gradient and a very thick background outline. So we're going to try, we're going to first set this one up the same way. So we'll do edit copy, and then let's get this one done. I'm going to do a stroke and give it a thick stroke weight. And then we will go to Object, Path, and do Outline Stroke. And then with everything selected, make it all one shape again. So what I've done is basically, Illustrator works in two ways. You have shapes, and then you have paths, which are a line around a shape. Well, when I did the outline stroke, it turned the path into a shape, and then I just blended those all together. Because I want to do, I'll do paste in front, and then we'll just change the, look at that. And so this is kind of our result that we're getting so far. As you can see, there's some weirdness going on with this. And this shape right here doesn't have anything to it. It's just, there's no path. It's just the shapes themselves that have been defined. But this is looking kind of funky. It's not really where I want it to be. So I might want to, because it's giving us these weird spikes. So I'm not too thrilled with the makeup of it. Let me go ahead and put a gradient on it and then just check and see if it, just to double check and make sure. And where's my gradient? Oops, I'm applying it on the stroke instead. Alright, so here's our gradient, and I'm going to change its direction. Change that color, which, let's see, let's go to our colors. Window color. nice bright red with that. Now, if I zoom out and take a look at it, it's okay, but I'm not super thrilled with what this background result ended up being. In fact, what I'm seeing here is that it's not applying it over the whole thing. It's applying it under each little individual piece. So I think I want to try to change that. Let's start digging into our shape. See, we've got these extra little pieces here, and they're not all one piece. So let's try to fix that. We may have to apply the gradient separately. It's all applying here just fine. And then these pieces, oops. Okay, so we got, yeah, it's not liking that too much. I keep accidentally hitting ones that are actually connected to it. So that's what I'm trying to avoid. I just want to get these that the gradient's not working correctly on. I think that's all of them. Let me back out. All right, now let's take a look at what we got here. That's a little better, but I still really want these to all kind of look like one shape. Yeah, that's still not working. Like I said, I'm not the best illustrator, but I do like the way that this font looks on this. So Jack, let's see if I got any different. That's bizarre. I got both cats in here now too, so obviously I think the food bowl must really be empty. Stop it. This is not the place for this. Silly kittens. Alright, well, let's see. I think what I'm going to have to do is just kind of fix these one by one. So, these things get so... That's not too bad either. See if that looks any better. That's not bad. Now I need to make sure this is exactly what I want. I think I will go back to more of a brighter white and go to that red. I think this font's just not working very well with me, so I may have to bid it adieu. try one other thing too. Let me try one. I'm going to try one other thing. Alright, so let's do regular square. I'll just set this to black. Now let's do a minus back. Where's minus back? Oh, that's better, I think. Hold on. Let's do send it back. Okay. Object. It's too compounded a path to do what I was trying to do, make it as a cookie cutter and just kind of cut the thing out. I think it's much easier to do this in Photoshop, but that's not where I'm at right now. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just not getting it to work exactly the way that I want, which is unfortunate because I kind of like the way that this font looks. There's got to be some other ways making this entirely done. I'm going to take a break from this right now and move on to something else because I definitely want to try to save that, and I don't want to waste this whole episode just kind of poking around on it. Interesting enough. It'll do all by itself. And I still get those funky, still changing on me all weird. So I can't make that a compound shape. All right, well, we'll just leave it like that for now. I keep saying that and I keep going back to it. All right. Yeah, we definitely need him screaming. So let that do a little bit of a carryover into the next panel. And point that in the proper area. You might be asking, why would I do all these text and titles in Illustrator, especially when I'm having so much frustrating problems with this chomp that I want to do? And the answer for that is basically I found that when you do text in Illustrator and bring it into Photoshop, it's crisper looking than if you were to just do it all in Photoshop when you save out your final image. So that's just kind of how the process I've gotten used to doing. Alright, so now we need to do some thwack and some swoosh. I got a whoosh over here. I wonder if I could just do that as a swoosh. Swoosh, swoosh. Yeah, that one was angled for the wrong. I probably won't be able to reuse that one. May not even need to use a swoosh, but a nice hard thwack right here. So let's do thwack. Nice and big. That's nice. Alright, so we're going to use this one here, and let's do create outlines, ungroup, and we'll do the same kind of process we did for the chomp. So we're really kind of getting him into the point of the hardest impact. That's kind of where I'm sitting this next sound effect. All right, I want to do, start with just black and white letters. That looks good. And a copy, paste them back. I'll unite all those. Give it a nice thick outline. And then for these letter forms, join those together and give them a gradient. I think my back outline needs to be a little bit thicker, and then this one will be just fine. Move that out of the way. And we'll do a nice brighter yellow. Now we need to give, we're going to do his roar again. I'll copy this out, and we'll paste it down here to reuse it. Good question here from Varian. Have you ever had a bad sound effect font choice take you out of the story when reading a comic? Yeah. How do you decide on the font decorations, such as color? Contrasts as far as the color goes. I've got warm reds here, so I want something bright that'll go up against that. And then I've pretty much already got a good bright shade for what's going on here. However, with this one, it's a little too thick, so we're going to bring that down. And we can bring, ooh, okay. This one still has my edits from the previous balloons, so maybe I want to get a previous version of that. Let's see, do we have another? I don't think so. Open. No, nothing here. Let's see. I may have not saved this. No, it's fine. I don't know what I'm doing. It's a completely different. Yeah. I'll just start over on that one. Copy, edit, paste them back, and we'll give it a pretty, a good 5, I think. Maybe 7. Nice, okay, that's, I don't need to clutter this up too much with that. Just really wish I could have gotten that one to work right away. It would have saved some time. Alright, so he's going to be screaming for his buddy. So that, so we'll do a nice screen bubble. I just want to get the font. Grab this piece from over here. It's going to be screaming out his friend's name. And then we'll go to our balloon layer, and remember I did the, I'm just going to kind of click around on the outside. And do a whole bunch of those points. Effect, Start Pucker Bloat, and we will pucker it up. Click OK. Wait, Walmart is selling cars out of the parking lot? Hey, my car, you stole my car. I mean, what makes Walmart Walmart is that they say, okay, look, we're Walmart. This is what we want you to sell the price for. So you're going to make your money back in volume, not necessarily in per unit sales. They're doing that with cars. I mean, I'd love to get a car for on rollback for what, $199.97 or something. Like a big bin, a $5 bin of cars. Yeah, it's all right. Wait, I wanted to do outlines. Ungroup. So I'm just gonna pretty up this a little bit more, kind of like how I've done the sound effects. I hate picking on Walmart because it was the reason I was able to have food for so long as a kid growing up. But can you imagine people at Walmart shopping for cars? You know, where I'm from in the Midwest, I live in Michigan right now, but I grew up in Missouri. You'd have towns where if there wasn't a Walmart, there would be no town because it was literally the only place that supported the population of whatever factory they were working at. And it's that way for much of the Midwest. So, all right, I think that looks a little more interesting. Now we'll get into some more actual dialogue here. Let me grab that little piece. So he's going for his stashed gun. And this will probably be thought balloons, because he's kind of panicked. He's panicked, he's thinking. I just need to see where he's from, where it's from. Just gotta get my blaster. And then we'll do the bold italic here. I'm going to crunch these in a little bit, and we're going to bring the font size down a little more manageable. And then I'll be thinking over here. Whatever the thing is, it's dead meat. Yeah, buddy. You do you. All right, so same as my action bubble before, and this time we're going to do long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short. Keep them kind of irregular. Effect, pucker and bloat. Effect, pucker and bloat. Bloat. Ah, I lost it. There we go. Now we'll go down into the ellipse tool, draw out a couple of circles. And then maybe I can reuse the same shape, because it's about the same amount of sentence structure. And at least going in the direction, remember you want to go in the direction of the brain, go in the direction of the head whenever you're doing the word balloons. give him a little false hope here. And I made a mistake. I thought I was copying it. I love that. Okay, so holding down the Alt key, copy, instead of moving it. And we'll go back to our balloon. Try to get another use out of this. Perfect, that's just fine. You don't have to do them the pucker and bloat way. That's just the way I do it. If you want to try to do something else, you can always kind of create them. It's good to sit down and do a whole bunch of balloons, and then have them to pull from. You can even there's even balloon packs and stuff like that floating around on the internet that I've seen. It's got good pre-made ones. Alright, so we got his little false hope there. Maybe we need a cha-clunk sound effect or something. Just something small for opening this thing. So let's see what we can find. Chunk. It's weird. You think of the sound that it makes, and you try to, how do I spell that sound? What would that sound? Where's the one that I used for his vomiting? Yeah, this one here, that'll work. This thump, that'll work for that. Klachuk. Let's change it to Klachuk. And I copy, and paste them back. And I do paste them back because when you do an outline of a letter form, the line expands from the center. So you'll get smaller, thinner letter forms too, which don't look all that great. Do that as a 4, and let's colorize that, and just do like a dark and orange. Yeah, that's fine. Just some little ka-chunk. Alright, so now he's doing his dissertation here, like screaming out loud. All right, monster. Time to face justice. No, let's do something a little less cheesy than that. Dot, dot, dot. Alright, so now we'll pretty this thing up a little bit. What's going to do bold italic. Much larger. Maybe not quite that much. Let's do 30. Yeah, that's better. So, alright, one monster. Whatever vile force. Created you, you'll soon meet. Remember, you want to bounce around and kind of make it inflection. Have some inflections. I think I'm going to change the color of this too. We'll go to nice red. Just add even more emphasis to it. I'm going to stick that right here. I'll stick the secondary one right here. Maybe enlarge that too just a bit. And I'm going to return shift on that. Yeah, that looks kind of good. That looks. Maybe we can do. Let's double stack face death and do a larger face. Come on, face. Yeah, okay, nice. All right, so we'll lock that up and we're going to go in and we'll do our balloon. Draw out from the center. I'll do my adjustments later a little bit. All right, so grab that point and move that down. Get a good stretch. Move it in. Move it in, move it up. I'll bring these up a little bit. bring this down somewhat. And I'm going to do a joiner. We'll just connect it here to here. Bridge these two. There to there. And swing in from here, pointing at the mouth. Boom. Time for another roar. Alright, so we'll come up and grab that. There's a copy of it. Now at this point, people are pretty common with this. We've seen this sound effect multiple times now, so I'm not too worried about if I have to cover it up too much more, because I certainly don't want his face. Of course, this is less interesting down here, so maybe because then that's his. Oh, I know what I'll do. Yeah, what we want to do is I think I want to wrap this way. All right, so I'm gonna have to rebuild this. And I'm already in an hour's time, so I'm going to rebuild this so it wraps around this way, and that's going to pretty much finish this off. I'm going to leave this as it is, because I think it's dramatic enough as just the way that it is. And then this, I'm going to end up fixing this chomp in Photoshop so that I can have the gradient take up the whole shape layer, instead of applying it to all those little bits and pieces. I didn't like the way that looks. And I know exactly how to fix it in Photoshop, so that's how I'll do that. But yeah, so otherwise this is all set. And tomorrow, I should be live again tomorrow, and we will do a launch party for this. It'll go live on Webtoons. So make sure you check out Dinosaur Man on Webtoons, along with all of the Patreon stuff that he might be. I just posted some sketches for some new wrestling art on my Patreon, so head over there and check it out. I'm doing a Stone Cold Steve Austin piece, so people will enjoy that. You can see the sketches there, and then follow me on these wonderful things. And please tell people about Dinosaur Man on Webtoons and get some more subscribers. We're still at 48, but I think after this next, we should get some more subscribers after this next update. Alright, thank you guys for tuning in and supporting me here on YouTube, and we will see you tomorrow.